Diane in Denmark here. Back in January 2017, I made a video series and I walked you through the Flylady's 31 baby steps. I made one pep talk video for every day of the month of January. And we're revisiting them again. And what I've done for you here is I've put together several of the pep talks so that you can have a little refresher course. And I suggest that, when you listen to them, make sure that you're doing something. You can go and fold laundry, you can tidy up your office, whatever it is that you want to accomplish. Just listen to the pep talks and see if there's something that you want to maybe add to what you're already doing. But listen, don't get perfectionist about it. And the main thing is, don't feel like you're not doing the baby steps properly. The main thing is that you just carry on and do them, okay? And the baby steps will change things for you. So anyway, roll the videos and well done for coming this far. Okay, Diane in Denmark. Flylady Diane here. Welcome back to day 14 of the Flylady's 31 baby steps. So how did you get on yesterday? Yesterday was day 13. And we did our first cleaning mission. Did you do it? Did you set your timer for the amount of time that you had? Did you let go of your perfectionism and say, you know what, I don't have time to do 15 minutes, so I'll just do 10? I hope you did. Here's my Flylady timer. Actually, I've got several of them. I use my timers for everything. Up until now, in these baby steps, we have been building small routines. We've been getting dressed to shoes, and yes, I've got my indoor shoes on. And also we've been looking out our outfit in the evening for the next day. Have you been doing that? You'll probably have noticed by now that I have a uniform. I mainly work from home, but my uniform is, some kind of top, pair of dark jeans, blue or black jeans, and a necklace. And then I always, when I'm working at home, it's quite cold around here in this big house, so I put on a fleece, but I always have a jacket so that if I'm going to meetings, appointments, or running out and have to help somebody in town, I can just throw on my jacket and I'll look presentable. So don't make it too complicated, the outfit that you have for the next day, but use your nice things, get some jewellery out, put on an extra squirt of perfume that you've been saving up in the back of the cupboard for years. Let's use these things, we want to feel good and ready to work. We've also started to declutter. We've been doing a room rescue, going into the worst room possible and just working 5 minutes. Setting the timer for 5 minutes and doing what we can. We've been decluttering the house, 15 minutes in any room that needs it. Yesterday we did a cleaning mission, and today we're going to talk about something else which is going to get us organised and give us a bit more peace in here, in our heads, between the ears, because it's one thing to have the house clear and organised, but also we want to feel like we're ahead of the game, that we're not forgetting about things. So today we're going to talk about having a calendar. Do you have a calendar or a diary that you use? A desk diary, wall calendar. This is the Flylady one, and remember, you do not need Flylady products. You do not need any special timer. Please just use what you have. We don't want you to go shopping for things. This is the Flylady one. This is my one from last year. I like calendars that go from August to August because that follows the school year. But get whatever you can. You're going to need a place to write things down. And I've got the Flylady calendar, and you can see the great thing about this one is it's got huge spaces for writing things down. You can, write down all your appointments, if you're going to the dentist, get your hair cut, school meetings. And also this calendar is big enough that you can actually write in, what's for dinner. If you start writing in every time you make dinner, what is for dinner, that way you can actually look back and you've got instant menu planning. Once you've written down 2 or 3 weeks of menus, you can use that. Anyway, we'll get to menu planning later. We're just doing the baby steps. But from now on, we want you to, as soon as you open your computer, as soon as you open your smartphone, try and make sure that you have a calendar or a diary beside you. Because if it's anything like it is for me, when I open it, there's some date that I need to write down for a school meeting. If you've got the calendar right beside you, you're going to write it down immediately and you won't forget it. If you don't have a calendar beside you, you know what happens. You say, oh yeah, I must remember to write that down. And we've got so much going on in our heads, we can't remember everything. So do yourself a favour, before you start checking mails and appointments, making appointments, get the calendar beside you. Also, if you're scheduling in the doctor, dentist, hairdressers, whatever it is, have the calendar beside you, and also make sure that you schedule that appointment to suit you. Because normally if you phone the doctor, they'll give you whatever they have available. But you can look ahead and say, you know what, I need it on a Monday or a Wednesday, whatever. From now on, we're going to start putting ourselves first, and we're going to write down everything so we don't forget. You can put your calendar, I keep a calendar in the kitchen so that everybody can come and see what's for dinner, what's going on. If you want to keep it in your office, if you want to keep it in your bedroom, Flylady keeps hers on the back of her bathroom door, I think, because that's where she sees it. Just make sure that you see it and you use it. Maybe you even want to have a meeting, once a week on a Sunday night with the rest of the family, with the kids, significant other, and just compare notes and say, okay, what's coming up this week? Get it all in the diary. Because we have a saying in our house, if it's not in the diary, it's not happening. All right, so I'm going to keep it short and sweet for today. Just keep going with the routines, and please make sure before you go off doing missions or get carried away with those things, make sure you're dressed to shoes, make sure to set your timer, and when the timer stops, you go off and you do something else, whether it be break time or missions. This thing of wanting to do all or nothing, that's what we are fighting against, because we will either go completely gung-ho with things or we won't do it at all. And that's the mindset that we're trying to change here. Yeah, we're not decluttering, all of your books in one day, because life doesn't work like that. When the kids grow up and then they don't need their baby books, so we're just constantly decluttering in small chunks. And it's the same with anything that we do. We're just focusing with the timer, and when the timer stops, we go into something else and focus on that, okay? And that is also, me time, break time, yeah? We want to make sure that you get a lot of me time. So that's it for me, Flylady Diane. Pretty dreary weather here today in Copenhagen. Let's hope we get a bit of sunshine again soon. I shall see you tomorrow for day 15, where we'll be working on something new again. So let us know how you're doing in the comments, any questions in the comments, and I shall see you all tomorrow. Okay, have a great time. Bye. Flylady Diane here. Welcome back to day, not 51, it's like area 51. Welcome to day 15 of the Flylady's 31 baby steps. So, how did you get on yesterday? We were working on a calendar. Did you get this year's diary or calendar out and start working on it? Good for you. How about this morning? Are you dressed to shoes? Was your sink shining when you went to bed last night? If you did, give yourself a big clap on the back. You've done really well so far. And I'm sure you're looking forward to getting to the next steps. It's day 15. We've been shining our sink, and this shiny sink just gives us that feeling when we go into the kitchen that, we've got control of something, the sink looks good. And today we're going to take that and we're going to apply it to our bed. So the next step that we're going to take is making the bed as soon as we get out of bed in the morning. And once again, with the Flylady system, it's not going to be complicated. It's not got to be done perfectly, it's just going to be done. We're just going to do it as fast as we can, as soon as we get up in the morning, and without me talking you through it. I mean, I've been talking for a minute, I could have made the bed in that time. I'll show you what I do. As soon as I get out of bed in the morning, all I do is pull out the four corners, bed, and I've got an extra, let me just push this back here a bit. It's not ideal situations for filming in here, but you know, we're all works in progress, so it's not going to be perfect. I've got an extra blanket on the bed here because sometimes it gets a bit cold, and all I do is just pull out four corners, tuck it in, and that is basically done for making the bed. I have some extra pillows in here because we like to read in bed. I like to read a couple of chapters of a book before I go to sleep. There we go. And ta-da, it's done. Now, while you're making your bed, you may want to use your 2 minutes today on working in a hot spot. Maybe you've got a hot spot beside the bed, yeah? Don't worry about things underneath the bed right now, we'll get to those, but there will come a day when you're not going to have anything underneath the bed but just space. Right now the only thing I've got underneath my bed is my fluffy slippers, which go on when I take off my lace-up shoes at night. And if I can just turn the camera around a bit, yeah, when you're working on a hot spot, you might have one beside your bed. Like here's what my things generally are. You know, I use some hand cream and I've got some lip balm. I'm just going to put those away where they belong. Tidy up the books here, and I've also got telephone charger. I'll put that away. And it's ready to go later and you can find it. My books can stay because I read books, as I said before, I go to sleep. And don't tell the kids, but my mum always gives me a nice box of chocolates for Christmas, and I keep that hidden in my bedside cabinet. So I like to go to bed early, get my pyjamas on, eat some of my chocolates, read a book, but don't tell them that because they'll all be disappeared. So those are going back in my bedside cabinet. Oh, there's some money that came out, that needs to go somewhere else, and a pair of earrings that will go with my jewellery. Oh, there we are. That's the alarm. Good. And there we go. I've been speaking for what? 4 minutes and my hotspot is done. So come a little bit closer. So for day, get it right this time. For day 15, we're adding a new thing to our morning routine. We are making the bed as soon as we get out of bed in the morning, and then we're getting dressed to shoes. And if I turn the camera around here, there we go, I think you can see that there. That is my outfit for tomorrow. And you can see I've got the whole thing sorted out here. You don't need to wait until the end of the day to look at your outfit for tomorrow. Often I do when I'm putting away the laundry first thing in the morning. I'm already in my bedroom, in my wardrobe, in the closet, so I just look out the next outfit. So that's it for me. I'm going to keep it short and sweet. Let me see, I've been talking for 5 minutes. Just get out of bed, make the bed, go and get your clothes on, and that's the new part of your morning routine. Let us know how you're getting on. Are you feeling the changes? Are you feeling more energized when you get up because you already know what you're wearing? There's no excuse to stay in bed. And if you're watching this while you're in bed, you know what the next thing you're going to do is you're going to get up and make that bed. Okay, Flylady Diane signing off from wonderful Copenhagen, a bit of snow today. Hope you're having a fantastic day and join us tomorrow when we'll add the next baby step. Okay, 2 thumbs up, live long and prosper, and I'll see you all tomorrow. Bye for now. Flylady Diane here, welcome back to day 16 of the Flylady's 31 baby steps. Thanks for coming back and thanks for letting me know that there's somebody out there listening to this. How did you get on yesterday? Our new baby step yesterday was adding one more stage to our morning routine, and that was making the bed as soon as we got out of the bed. Did you do it? Did it look like you had you know, a nice calm room every time you walked past. Remember when we add these baby steps into our morning routine or our evening routine, go ahead and add it to your control journal so that, you know, we're still leaving up sticky notes and, you know, you can write one down, make the bed. Put it on your control journal so that we're just keeping, you know, morning routine, make the bed, dress to shoes, room rescue, whatever you're working on. So that was it for making the bed. As I told you yesterday, I also used 2 minutes and did a hotspot in my bedroom while you watched. And also when I was finished the video, I decided that as we're in zone 4, as I'm sitting here in the bedroom, I would do some decluttering in the bedroom. So what I did was, I set my timer, well, it says 14 minutes and 54 seconds. You get the idea. I set it for 15 minutes and I decluttered in my wardrobe, in my closet. And I'll just show you what I came up with. Here is the bag of clothes. Can you see that? And that's all clothes which are either going to the charity shop, and actually half of it will be going to clothes swap party that I'm having with some friends of mine. We all bring along old clothes that no longer fit us, that we don't wear, don't suit us, and we get a chance to swap clothes. So that's a way to declutter things. So I hope you're carrying on with your decluttering every day for 15 minutes. If you're not sure which room to start with your decluttering, you know, you can go onto the Flylady Plus app and it'll tell you which zone we're in, you know, whether we're in the bedroom, whether we are in the kitchen. And that's really good for me because I hate making decisions. But if somebody says to me, okay, we're decluttering this in this room, that's really helpful for me. If you're, you know, if you can do it off your own back and you know where to get decluttering, that's fine. Choose whatever you want. And today, for day 16, can you believe we've been going for 16 days? It's incredible. Anyway, day 16, and we're adding in a new thing to our day, and that is we're going to read a little bit about the Flylady system, and we're really trying to change those negative thoughts that we get and the negative voices saying, this is too difficult, or we're not good enough at it, or we should be doing more. If you go onto the Flylady website, you can find Flylady's morning musing there. It's, you know, it's just a short little essay, give you some inspiration. There are testimonials there too. If you've got the Flylady Plus app, it's right there on the front page, morning musing. You can see that. Yep. And I actually had some questions about finding the Flylady Plus app. There's a little glitch in it. It's not easy to find. If you look on the Apple store, you've got to look for it under iPhone only, but it works on the iPad. I mean, I'm using my son's old iPad. I don't have an iPhone, but hopefully we'll get an Android version of that soon. Anyway, what you're going to do every day from now on is, you know, we're working on your routines. We are getting dressed to shoes. I've got my shoes on, and we're just trying to learn a bit about the Flylady system, but also we're not trying to do the whole of the Flylady system, you know, in one day. We're not learning the whole thing overnight. We're just taking it step by step, like we are doing in these baby step videos, and slowly changing all those negative thoughts that you've had, the bad conscience. You probably have a bad conscience because you've spent too much money on clothes which you never wear and you never want to throw them away again. You know, we've all been there, done that, and slowly, you know, from now on we're changing our ways. We're not going to buy extra stuff. We've got plenty of stuff at home. We're going to use what we've got. So, you know, we've got to stop those negative thoughts and negative voices in our head. So, you know, look on the Flylady website, sign up for the emails if you want to do that. But remember, if you're going to start reading things on the internet or playing with apps, you got to set the timer, okay? Because you'll get sucked into it, and we all know with social media, you know, we think we're just going to check one or two things, and 10 hours later, you know, we come out and we've bought things on Amazon and are printing out charts, and you know how it is. So set your timers always. And something else that you might like to do, which is quite fun over the next few days, use your timer as a stopwatch. So anytime you need to do something that you really don't want to do, you know, like putting on the laundry, unloading the dishwasher, we think in our heads, oh, that's going to take a long time. Try, you know, going to put on the laundry, you know, pressing start, and see how much time it actually takes you, because you're going to be amazed that it takes less time than you think. And that's quite a fun way to really see where your time is going, but also how little time it takes to unload the dishwasher, to hang up laundry, all those things that we really keep on putting off because we don't want to do them. Whereas if we just, you know, stood up, got them done, then we could get on with our day, you know, with great conscience. And so try that for the next couple of days and see how you get on with that. Let me know how long it takes for you to unload the dishwasher or hang up laundry. And before I leave you, what about looking at your outfit for tomorrow, just as we're in the bedroom anyway? Are you doing that? Because I can show you, just have a wee look around here. See, there's my outfit for tomorrow. It really is going to work together really well if you've got your outfit ready to go. As soon as you get out of bed, you've got your outfit ready to go, and you've got no excuse for not starting your day off on the right foot. So that's it for today, for day 16. We're going to read a bit about the Flylady system, but we're not going to get overwhelmed, and we're not going to read about it all day. We're just going to have a little dip into the system. And right now, all we want you to do is keep going with these baby steps. We're not talking about zone cleaning, and we're not talking about weekly home blessing and all that. We'll get there, okay? All in good time. All we want you to do right now is concentrate on these baby steps, okay? You can do it, because if I can do it, anybody can do it, honestly. And it will just change everything for you. So, Flylady Diane signing off from wonderful Copenhagen, and I shall see you tomorrow for day 17. Let us know how you're getting on. Okay, bye for now. See you tomorrow. Flylady Diane here, and welcome back to day 17 of the Flylady's 31 baby steps. As always, if you're just finding these videos now, don't worry, you're not behind. Just go back to day number 1. I'll put a link in the comments, and follow the baby steps from there. All we want you to do is, we don't want you to know everything about the Flylady system. You don't need to know everything about the Flylady system to see results from it. So we're just going to take it from day 1 and keep working forward. Now, if you've been with us through the 17 days, hooray! Can you believe we're already on day 17? The last couple of days we have been talking about a new part of our morning routine, which is making the bed. And I've had a few questions about that, which is great. There are no silly questions. What you have to remember is that you make the Flylady system work for you. You fit it to suit your family, your lifestyle. These are just outlines of how we can get rid of the chaos in our life and get the place more clean. So in the morning, you know, in the Flylady guidelines, outlines, it says, make the bed as soon as you get up in the morning, as soon as your feet hit the floor. If it's an issue for you of not airing the bed, go ahead and air the bed. There's no problem with that. You know, sometimes I get out of bed, I go and get dressed, you know, I take my shower, I'm in the bathroom, and then once I've dressed the shoes, you know, got my clothes on, fixed my hair and face, and yes, by the way, I've got my shoes on. I hope you've got your shoes on too. Then I go back into the bedroom and make the bed. So, you know, don't say to yourself, no, I can't make the bed because X, Y, Z. Just do it, but make sure that you're not using it as an excuse to not make the bed at all. Okay, because quite often we'll say, oh, but I can't do that because blah, blah, blah. And what we're really saying is, I don't want to do it. So that's what we've been doing. We've been making the bed, getting dressed to shoes. And today it all kind of fits in with the bedroom. Our new step for today, for day 17, is getting to bed at a decent hour. And I know you're going to say, well, what is a decent hour? Should I be in bed at 9 o'clock, 10 o'clock? Once again, you've got to take the ideas of the Flylady system, use your common sense, and use it to suit you. So, for example, I like to be in bed by around 10 o'clock. In the winter, quite often, I'm heading to bed at 9:30 because this darkness really takes its toll on me. And I get up sometime between 6 and 6:30 in the morning. Maybe you're different. Maybe you can survive on less sleep. But the thing is, if you've come to Flylady, chances are that you've probably not been getting enough sleep. You know, you're overtired, you're grumpy, and often, especially, you know, if you're a mum with kids, we tend to sit up late at night thinking, you know, finally I've got the kids to bed and now I'm going to have some me time, and yet we end up sitting, you know, with the computer or watching the television or with our smartphones or the iPad, and we're not really doing anything. We're just kind of sitting there, you know, switching from one thing to another, and we're not actually getting any proper me time. So that's why we try and build in me time, you know, throughout the day. If you can get 5 minutes when the kids are having a morning nap, go and do it. Instead of thinking, oh, I must just go and put laundry on, take 5 minutes, you know, set your timer or use it as a stopwatch and see if you can fit in 5 minutes here and there. So we're going to try and get to bed at a decent hour, and go ahead, add that to your control journal, because often writing it down makes things happen. You know, if you see in your control journal that it says, look at my clothes for tomorrow, clear off a hot spot, shine my sink, go to bed at a decent hour, it's like there's somebody else there telling you to get to bed at a decent hour. It's the same with saying to other people, say, you know what, I really want to get to bed every night by 11:30. If you just say it aloud, somehow it makes it really difficult to get out of that contract. So go ahead and do that. It will be tough, and you know what, there'll be plenty of days where you don't get to bed at the time that you thought, but at least we're kind of working towards that, and you'll see that actually getting to bed a decent hour, just already you feel like, okay, I'm going to have a better sleep, I'm going to get a bit more sleep, and it makes for a better start to the next day. And you see how that works? We're just adding tiny little things to our program every day and just gradually making things better. So that's it for today. Day 17, we're going to try and get to bed at a decent hour. Well, there is no try. It's do or not do, there is no try, or whatever Master Yoda said. Just say to yourself, tonight I'm getting to bed early, and don't leave your evening routine too late. Remember, get your evening routine done. Ideally, I like to do it as soon as we finish dinner. I clean up the kitchen, I get my clothes out for tomorrow, and then I change into my fluffy slippers, and then I'm able to enjoy the rest of the evening. So don't leave that too late. Once again, any questions or comments, put them in, put them down below, and let us know, you know, let me know what time you're going to aim to get to bed at from now on, or, you know, let's keep each other accountable here, because that is what is going to make you stick with these baby routines. Okay, that's enough for me. Flylady Diane. I'm rambling on today. It's my husband's 50th birthday, so lots going on here, and I should be back for you tomorrow for day 18. Sign out from wonderful Copenhagen, and see you tomorrow. Bye for now. Flylady Diane here, and welcome back to day 18 of the Flylady's 31 baby steps. Now, as I say all the time, if you're just finding these videos, you're not behind, go back to day 1, go and find the video for day 1 and start there. It's really important that we just take things easy and go step by step with these baby steps, because you don't need to be doing all the baby steps in order to get some benefit from the Flylady system. We're just got to do a little bit. So how did you get on the last couple of days? To tell you the truth, I'm feeling a bit down today, but it's also a good reminder for me to tell you that this is the time that I really appreciate my Flylady routines the most. You know, there's nothing that I can put my finger on. I'm just having a down day, and that's when I need to step back and say, you know what, I'm just going to be nice to myself, extra nice today, take more breaks, and if I just follow through with routines, it just, you know, it helps me to get through the day. And you know, there will be, most of the time things are going great, but you will always have, you know, maybe a family member gets ill, you could be going through divorce, you could be going through moving house. I want you to know that these routines are not just for the high days and holidays. These routines will help you to get through the bad days, the dark days too. So keep on with them. Are you dressed to shoes? If not, you got to stop the video and go and get dressed to shoes. I'm dressed to shoes. I'll just show you. There we go. Got my shoes on. So to get back to today, which is day 18. Wow, we're more than halfway through. We're going to be working a bit on our control journal again. So up until now, we've been writing down in our control journal some simple routines. Now, we've got our, I'm just checking my one here. So far we've looked at, we are making the bed, we are dressing to shoes, you know, hair and makeup, a little bit of your favourite perfume. You know, you don't have to make a really fancy outfit, but just something that's practical and something that is comfy but also that looks nice. Okay, we've done a room rescue, which is 5 minutes on that worst room in the house. Are you beginning to see some changes there? Just 5 minutes will make the world of difference. We've also been decluttering for 15 minutes. You saw what I decluttered the other day from my bedroom with some clothes. What else have we been doing? Oh, we've in the evening we've been looking at our outfit for tomorrow. We have been clearing off a hot spot, and remember, whenever you do these things, get your timer, use the timer, because once we get started we don't want to stop. So make sure, please use your timer for everything. We've been shining our sink, and remember, it doesn't have to be perfect. All we mean by shining our sink is we're not doing the whole, you know, hour of cleaning it out like we did on the very first day. All we're doing is just wiping it out. You know, I use the hand towel or the dish towel that I've had during the day. Make sure everything is out of the sink into the dishwasher, and just wipe out the sink, or with a piece of kitchen towel, kitchen paper. That's all it is. So that's all. When we say shine the sink, it doesn't have to be perfect, we're just making it clear like that, keeping that area clear. And the last thing that we added to our evening routine was going to bed at a decent hour. And thank you for saying in the comments when you're going to get to bed. I think that's going to be really important for you. Just saying that, okay, I want to be in bed tonight by 10. I'm going to read a little, you know, read my magazine, or I don't know, meditate for a bit, and then half an hour later it's lights out. So let me know if that isn't helping you with getting to sleep, getting to bed at a decent hour. And now, because I've already been talking for 4 minutes and I haven't told you what we're going to do today. So it's day 18, and today we get to play with our control journal again. Now remember, in the beginning I said just get any old folder. So we just used something that we had lying around at home. We weren't going out to buy any new stationery. And then we started noting down our morning routine and our evening routine so we can check them off. We've got sticky notes around the house, but it also helps to just see it written down. It's a good reminder, keeps us accountable. We started adding, you know, pictures and quotes. You know, I've got my picture of Robert Downey Jr. as Iron Man, because, you know, Iron Man doesn't need any special tools. He built his first suit in a cave, and that's a reminder for me that I don't need any special things or special tools to get this house clean. I just need to put in some action. So that's a reminder to me. So have you been working on your control journal? We're going to start adding to it slowly, and I'm going to tell you what we're going to add today. One of the things that I've added is a list of emergency telephone numbers. For example, the next time that suddenly there's an emergency at home and you need the plumber, the electrician, who else have I got here? The doctor, the gas people, the police, just take a scrap of paper, put it into your control journal and write it down. And slowly and surely we'll be building that so that when things happen at home, and they will happen, you don't need to go scrambling around looking for the telephone number. It's right there in your control journal. Okay, but today we're going to look at the Flylady's 11 commandments. So you can go and look on the Flylady website. These are really great commandments. Flylady likes the number 11, so that's why there are 11 of them. I've printed them out. You don't need to print them out. You can just look at them, take a screenshot, whatever. I've printed them out and they're in my control journal, and I'll just read them quickly aloud for you so you can see the mindset behind the whole Flylady system. So here we go. Flylady has 11 commandments that will help you to begin to fly. And fly means finally loving yourself. Okay. So number 1 is keep your sink clean and shiny. Check, we're all doing that, I hope. Get dressed every morning, even if you don't feel like it. Don't forget your lace-up shoes. That's what I was just saying. I'm having a kind of down day, but I just get through the routines, even if I don't want to do it, because I know it makes me feel better afterwards. Do your morning and before bedtime routine every day. Check, hands up if you're doing it. Don't allow yourself to be sidetracked by the computer. Where have you heard that before? Yeah, if you go on the computer, make sure and set your timer and come out again after 15 minutes. Pick up after yourself. If you get it out, put it away. And I'm always telling the kids that. If you take a game out, please put it back when you're finished. If you borrow a pair of scissors from the kitchen, put them back in the drawer when you're finished, because otherwise I can't find them. So there we go. Don't try to do 2 projects at once, 1 job at a time. That is great for me because, you know, I was working in the 80s and 90s, you know, when we had that work ethic of, oh, it's great to, you know, be juggling all the balls. No, it's not. We're not focused. We never get anything finished. So let's just concentrate on doing our routines, and then you can get on with the next thing in your day. Okay, this is another good one. Don't pull out more than you can put back in 1 hour. This is why we use the timer when we're decluttering. We don't pull out all the books from the bookshelf because we get lost in the process and we hate it and we never want to declutter again. That's why we say, you know, do 2 minutes, do 5 minutes, do 15 minutes, and then change tack afterwards. Okay, we don't want to get, you know, down that road and not be able to get back again. Do something for yourself every day, maybe every morning and night. That's what I've been saying to you. You must take breaks and do something nice for yourself. That was the hardest part of the Flylady system for me, and it was only when I really embraced that things really, you know, rocketed for me. Now I'm really good at doing, maybe a bit too good at doing things for myself. Okay, work as fast as you can to get the job done. This will give you more time to play later. Amen. Yes, that's why we use the timer, because it keeps us focused and it makes us work faster. Okay, smile even when you don't feel like it. Are you smiling? It is contagious. Make your mind up to be happy and you will be. Well, we're all works in progress. We just got to smile and fake it till we make it. Don't forget to laugh every day. Pamper yourself. You deserve it. I watch a lot of stand-up comedy because I like to laugh a lot. You know, if you like, go onto YouTube and look at those silly cat videos, whatever you like. Just, you know, let's keep it light out there, because there are so many things we can be annoyed about, and all the negative stuff on social media and in the news. Let's just keep it light out there, can we? So that is the Flylady's 11 commandments. You can find them on flylady.net. I find it really useful just to look back at these all the time, because they're all true and they will all help you. So I'm going to keep it short and sweet. Here we are. I've talked for 10 minutes and here I'm talking about keeping it short and sweet. Thank you for all your wonderful comments. One of the other things I'm going to print out is all the nice things that you've been saying about me. That really makes me feel like continuing. That's great support. Let's keep each other accountable. So tell me what you're having problems with. Any questions, put them in the comments. If you're watching this from your smartphone, if you want to comment, it's probably easiest to go into YouTube. You can easily find me. I'm just under the name Flylady Diane, and you can add any comments or questions and I'll try and answer them. So Flylady Diane, this was day 18, and we were reading the Flylady's 11 commandments. Add some more to your control journal, make it something, a control journal that's going to help you. Keep on ticking the boxes, and I think that was it. So, signing off from very dull and dark again, Copenhagen, and I shall see you all bright and early tomorrow morning. Live long and prosper, and that's me over and out. Beam me up, Scotty. Flylady Diane here, and welcome back to, ta-da! Day 19 of the Flylady's 31 Baby Steps. As always, if you're just finding these videos, just go back and look at video number 1 and take it from there. You're not missing anything. We'll be here when you're ready. And to the rest of you who've been following along, I thought today was a really good time to kind of take stock and see where we were, because we've been baby stepping for 2.5 weeks. That's a long time, and maybe the longest time a lot of you have been baby stepping, that you've been keeping up with us. Now, when I say take stock, I want you to really think, have you been following all the steps in this program? And be honest, because we can't help you unless you're honest with us. If you have been watching these videos since day 1 and thinking, oh yes, I'll dress to shoes, another time. And by the way, yes, I'm dressed to shoes. I've got my indoor shoes on. We don't wear outdoor shoes in the house in Denmark. I've got my indoor shoes on. If you've been looking at the videos and thinking, well, I don't need a control journal, I don't need to use a timer, I want you to think really hard about that, because if you want what we have, those of us who are doing Flylady, we don't have perfect homes, but we've got clean, comfortable homes. If you want the peace that we've got, you've got to do what we're doing. Does that make sense? As I've said many times in these videos, I can talk to you all day long about the Flylady system. We could read chapters of the book, but unless you're actually taking 5 minutes to sit down and start a control journal, or taking 2 minutes out of your day to clear off a hotspot, none of this is going to change anything. So I want you to think about that. And you know what? If you haven't been following along, it's not a problem. Go back. I say to you, start off, here we are, at day 1. Start off at day 1 and just do what we ask and try it. And don't try and hop forward and say, well, that doesn't really apply and I don't think that's going to work. Try it and see. Now, on the other hand, if you've been following along, I don't want you to think, well, I didn't quite shine my sink like she said, or what it says on the website. You know what? Anything is better than nothing. And there is nobody, I'm telling you, there is nobody who does these 31 baby steps perfectly and gets it right every day. Because that just doesn't happen. There's nobody, we don't have time to do that. We've got busy lives, we've got family, we may have chaos going on in the background still. So all we want you to do is try and follow along, do what you can, and you will get there. And as I've said before, you don't need to be doing all of the Flylady system perfectly to get any benefits from it. Just do a little, just dressing to shoes. That is going to change things for you. Just spending 5 minutes rescuing that worst room in the house, that is going to start the ball rolling. But we can't, want to fast forward all the time. That's the problem. Even you might be experiencing that now. We're on day 19, and the last couple of days there hasn't been anything kind of sexy to add to the program. Right now we're always looking for the next exciting thing. We're scrolling on our smartphones looking for the next exciting story. And sometimes it just takes, the old, not very exciting routines, and we just got to go through there, and that's what will bring us the results. So, to get back to Flylady's day 19 on the program, we're just going to keep going with everything that we're doing right now. Try one of the missions, look out your clothes for tomorrow, and if you're not convinced yet about what things, by doing the system, what it's going to give you, then go and look on the Flylady website for the testimonial about the lady who writes in, who is spending the weekend in this wonderful guest house. It's in if you've got the Sync Reflections book, this is my one from ages ago. I think it's a white cover they have now. It's the very first thing in the book. It's on the Flylady website, and I'll put a link in the information on this video, and I'll also make sure that we put a link on the Flylady Facebook page so you can go and read it. Because if that doesn't convince you, then nothing will. I remember reading that myself, like in 2006. That's when I first discovered Flylady. I remember reading that and thinking, wow, that's the kind of house that I want. And you know what? That's the kind of house I have. That's the kind of life I have. Because I've been consistent, not all the time. I haven't done this system perfectly, but every little thing that I do from this system has got me towards that goal. So that's it for today. I'm going to keep it very short and sweet. I want you to think about, have you actually been following these baby steps? If you haven't, it's not a problem. Go back to day 1 and start there. And if you have been following them, give yourself a big pat on the shoulder, a big pat on the back. You've done brilliantly, and it doesn't need to be done perfectly. Okay, so don't often when I speak to my ladies, the ones that I'm mentoring, they will say, oh, I only shined my sink 3 times this week. And I say, no, you shined your sink 3 times this week. That is brilliant. In the old days, we wouldn't shine at all, and we wouldn't know what was going on. So celebrate every little achievement that you have made with these baby steps, because we are moving forward and we're just moving in the right direction. Okay, we're not thinking about all the things that we didn't do, and please do not make huge lists of morning routine and evening routine, because that's just going to trip you up. We're just keeping to the basics, and that way that will give us the energy to get on and do more, and all the rest will fall into place. All right, so that's it from me, Flylady Diane. I'm feeling much brighter today. Thanks for your nice messages. Some days I just have an off day. I'm sure you do too, and we've just got to take it very easy on ourselves. And I'm going out to see if I can find some snowdrops in the garden. One of my friends had one the other day, and I'm going out to see if I can find a snowdrop out there. So I shall see you tomorrow for day 20. Go and look for some information on the Flylady website or in the book. Read some testimonials if you're not yet convinced, because that will maybe just give you the final push to just go ahead and do it. Do what you can. All right, Flylady Diane signing off from wonderful Copenhagen, and I shall see you all tomorrow. Bye for now.